I I feel old. I feel old, which is not to say that I'm ancient or anything, but I always joke about feeling older. Um, and I think about the fact that YOLO used to be a thing when I was younger, and now it's not. Like that's a back in my day thing, and it's just so odd how fast time can move and how you start to come to realize certain things. When it comes to having a good time, sometimes by Bakar, this sort of is centered on that same kind of thinking of wondering if the reality of joy and happiness is that they are only temporary. And so it is not that we have to constantly seek them out, but appreciate them and survive life prior to getting to that point. Because a lot of the time, when we're in the throes of an emotion or we're feeling something that's good, you want to feel it forever, you want to feel it constantly. But as I've grown to realize, and what it seems Bakar has come to realize too, is that it's only for such a short period of time, and that we really have to appreciate that. And so we're always kind of having a good time sometimes, but not all the time. Examples of trying to survive as opposed to be happy is how he talks about smoking in order to just not be stressed. That's something that um, a lot of people have gone through and have talked about. Substance abuse. It's not that I'm not saying that he's abusing substances, but he does explain like how that helps keep him from losing his mind. It's a sign of the times, which yes, we are in unprecedented times. Shout out to every advertisement from last year and presumably this year as well that has tried to sell you on something while also telling you that wow, these times are just crazy. But yes, these times are indeed stressful, and of course, naturally, you're going to want to find something that gives you some type of solace from that stress, at least for the brief moment. And that to me is an example of trying to survive that. A moment of happiness for Bakar that seems to be obvious is this love that he had and that he hopes to maybe one day reattain, as he sort of sings about the fact that there was this girl that he was with, and at some point they just kind of split off, and he's hoping that maybe one day they can rekindle that. And so you have these intricate parts of life, and specifically when it comes to intimacy and love, which can come in many different forms. This is one that allows people to not only survive life, coming home from a hard day's work and seeing someone you love can make it all worth it. Being able to deal with these things and talk about these things is another way of surviving, but at the same time, this person can bring you joy. When it comes to the sonicality of this song, I enjoy how it feels like it's floating along in the same way, in the same manner that Bakar is seemingly trying to float along, and it sort of has these little brief blinks of hope, which is what it seems he's trying to attain. And I really like the finish of this song too. At the very end, you have this sample that was, I want to say, played in the beginning, which I know can't remember off the top of my head, but in the beginning, I believe, and at the end, there's this guy that he sampled that I'm guessing was interviewed about something, and he talks about like, yeah, man, I don't care. I'm just having a good time, and I'm having a good time sometimes, and that's pretty much the whole crux of this song and the literal title. And I like it. I like it. It's a chill, contemplative track. Those are kind of my weakness, if you can't tell. And I have just always enjoyed Bakar, so I'm happy to finally be able to talk about one of his songs. And yeah, good song. I definitely will revisit it on like a rainy day or something and when I'm thinking about life, which is like every day for the most part. But yeah, Bakar, having a good time sometimes. Well, this guy says, are you having a good time sometimes? Well, that's a step up from not having a good time anytime. Is this a commercial? I don't know. You tell me.
Don't you want to have a good time every time?